Hello, welcome to Match of the Day 3. Kevin Kilbane and Joe Barton with me. Three subjects from the weekend to rattle through. Let's start with Wilfried Bony. Is he what Manchester City need?
Well, they've won the league title last season with 4 strikers. They've let Negredo go in the summer, so they haven't been replaced. And they have struggled up front this season to keep them all fit at one time or another. So you would have to say, yeah, they need a striker, proven goal scorer in the Premier League, and Wilfried Bony fits that bill, yeah.
I think proven in the Premier League is crucial at this stage of the season.
I think for them, yeah. I think they've taken a gamble, as you say, on Jovetic, who hasn't cut the mustard for them. Dzeko coming from Wolfsburg, having scored a bundle of goals in the Bundesliga. Again, has done well infrequently, but never really set the league alight. Bony, for me, playing this year has been the best Barton Aguero I've come across. Literally got everything, and I think it'll be a good signing for City.
Got everything, but is particularly strong. Is that one of the difficult
great
things?
link-up play. I think the key for City is to be employed as playing as a striker. Somebody who can get hold of it. You know, he's played for Swansea a lot as the lone striker with Gylfi Sigurdsson playing just off him. And I think maybe that might be a tactic that Pellegrini's looking to employ, maybe in the latter stages of the Champions League, which obviously he's eligible for as well. So that obviously gives him another added bonus.
Let's move on to another informed striker in the Premier League, which is West Brom Saido Berahino. Scored at the weekend. He's of more use to West Brom staying, isn't he, than as a transfer fee for Tony Pulis to then strengthen the squad?
Well, they need goals. If there is an offer on the table for 30 million, that could turn West Brom's head and it could turn Tony Pulis' head. But overall, they're going to need him. He's been the one...
Is he the difference between staying in the Premier League and not?
Well, this season, though, chaps, he's been the only player this season scoring goals for them on a regular basis. So you look throughout, they signed Brown Adair, who hasn't performed. Sessegnon's not been scoring goals in support of him as well. So Berahino's the only player that's scoring goals for them. If you're going to get someone of, I don't know, of a Berahino's class that's going to come in, someone maybe out the Championship that could come in, a Jordan Rhodes or whoever it would be, that's going to maybe guarantee goals as well, fair enough. But there's no guarantee. Saido Berahino's proven now he's scoring goals. I think they've got to keep holding at least until the summer. I think for his own good as well, Berahino, and I think he needs to settle, play this year out and then see where it moves, what happens for him in the summertime. Yeah,
I would agree. I mean, I think Tony Pulis' best bit of business will be settling Berahino and keeping him at the football club. I mean, that'll be a difficult task by the look of it. You know, scored hat-trick in the FA Cup, never celebrated. I think he celebrated yesterday, so that was probably a good sign that he's settling under the new manager. And the only question I would have is he a Tony Pulis type centre-forward? You know, he's not really a target man, he's actually a goal scorer. You know, Tony's got big Victor Anichibi there, as you say, Brown Adair, who's been brought in for a bundle of money, which is big money for West Brom. So, you know, if there's business to be done, you never know. West Brom, you know, the transfer committee, head coach and that, they may well do it.
Or they might want him to play off a more, as you say, Tony Pulis type striker.
Well, he's more a striker that leads the line, though, isn't he? He's not really a link-up man, Berahino. He likes to run off the shoulder, off centre-halves. He likes balls to be slotted down the outside.
Yeah, but couldn't you play as an actual old-fashioned two without one of them dropping off?
Well, Tony Pulis has done that in the past as well, but I think overall, I think West Brom will probably be going with a more of a 4-5-1 formation with somebody off Berahino or whoever it would be that's going to play as that main striker up front.
I think that's it. He's going to struggle to play in the one. You know, a lot of teams these days go with the one centre forward and they play, you know, the smaller, pacier players, which they have in the likes of Sessegnon and the Varela, the boy who plays on the left-hand side for them, and then they usually pack the midfield in the Premier League. They've been playing Morrison at the point, Dorrans and Gardner or Malumbo in there. So I really don't see how he can play as the one. I think that's been his problem. I think that was the problem he had under Alan Irvine. He got a little bit upset at the game time he's got, and I think it'll be an issue for him under Tony Pulis. All right,
final subject involves Raheem Sterling. Sensible management by Brendan Rodgers to give him a break?
I don't think so. I mean, who am I to question Brendan Rodgers? But I would say no. You know, Liverpool are on the verge of giving him a new deal. He's relatively young. I know there's been the whole debacle about whether he was tired or not on England duty. But I think the prime example of it played today for Arsenal. You know, you look at Alexis Sanchez, demanded to play in the Cup, went away with Chile in the World Cup, got a lot further than England and was exceptional and looks full of energy and loves playing football. And he's a lot older than Raheem.
It's not... I particularly like the fact we've chosen a photo that really emphasises that he is on holiday at the moment. But I just think it's not a new thing, is it?
Usually, though, it's an injured player. If a player has a slight injury, perhaps struggling, then they would, a manager, we've seen Sir Alex Ferguson do it over the years. But
yeah, but they weren't all... I mean, Peter Schmeichel got sent for a 10-day break, I remember.
But the thing is, what you say with Man United, Peter Schmeichel's probably an exception to that. But if you're sending away Ryan Giggs or whoever it would be, you've got so many quality players in and around him that can compensate for him leaving. Liverpool at the moment are struggling. Yesterday,
it's time for some of those players to step up, and you could argue that Markovic did step up yesterday.
He did yesterday, and that's fair play to him. But I mean, the good thing from this story is there's not too much that actually has been made of it, because Liverpool won yesterday at Southampton. If Liverpool would have lost the game, there'd have been so much made of this story of Raheem Sterling going away.
If you were in that squad, would you then be going, he's on holiday, can I have a break?
Well, I personally wouldn't have wanted to go away. As I said, as a young player, you're looking to make an impact in the game, and I know he's been Liverpool's best player this season. Arguably, he's had a big 2014, and you can look at it and say he does need that break. But I personally would never have wanted a manager. If the manager asked me, "Do you want a break?" I always said no. I would have played at his age.
But I think that's the key, is what you mentioned, the fact that if he would have gone away and Liverpool would have suffered a defeat yesterday, then Brendan would probably be facing a bit of stick. The fact that they've won makes it look like a fantastic managerial decision. I mean, in May, no doubt we'll find out whether it actually was. If he comes back and he hits his bootstraps like he did last season, I don't think he's done it this year at all. I think the World Cup's certainly affected them, confidence and the onus now. Teams really, he came burst onto the scene as a young player last year. I think this year teams have been very wary of him and probably done a lot of analysis on him, and I think they've worked him out a little bit. And if he comes back and obviously takes off like he did in the latter part of last year, then I think it'll look like good management.
Okay. Joey, Kevin, thank you very much. We'll do another Match of the Day 3 next week.
Yeah.